Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual class of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher. Children, we are in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic and because of that we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop learning. So we are going to do many lessons which are very interesting from your textbook through the virtual class here. So let us do a lesson in English today. So children, the lesson that we will be doing today is a lesson in standard 8th scholarship, and that will be a lesson in scholarship English. So come on, let's take a look at the lesson that we will do today. So it is lesson number 1.5 from your scholarship books, and that is we are going to talk about phrases today. So children, when we talk about phrases, we are going to talk a lot about the uses of words. Okay, since you know unit 1 that we are doing now is a unit in vocabulary. So in vocabulary, the exercise that we are going to talk about is we will talk about phrasal verbs, and specifically we will talk about noun phrases in detail. That is, most of the exercises or the questions that we will be solving today is related to noun phrases. But nevertheless, we are going to look at what are the different kind of phrases also. What are the different kind of phrasal verbs we are going to look at today. Alright, so come on, let's start the lesson by trying to understand what the meaning of phrasal verbs are. So you have phrasal verbs, which is a word or a phrase which is made up of two different words. One is phrase and the other one is verb. So the idea of phrasal verbs is made or is coined by mixing up these two words, that is phrase and verb. Now what is a phrase? Now before going to the meaning and idea of what a phrasal verb is, let us try to understand what the individual meaning of these two words are. So what is a phrase, children? A phrase is a group of words that are used together. So for example, we say to come in, to sit down, alright, eat lunch, have breakfast. So these are certain words that we use together usually. So when we speak, when we write these words together usually. So these are called as phrases. Alright, now what are verbs? We all know that verbs are words that show an action. For example, singing is a word which is a verb. Then you have occurrence. For example, we say development. So that is a verb. Develop. Okay? When someone develops, when something occurs. So that is a verb. And a state of being. For example, when I say I am a teacher. So this am is a verb. Why? Because it is a state of being. What am I? I am a teacher. So that is the reason we say that verbs show action, occurrence, or a state of being. Alright? So this is the meaning of phrase, and we also saw the meaning of verbs. Now let us take a look at what phrasal verbs are. So what is the meaning of phrasal verbs? So see, we have a phrasal verb. Now it is a verb or it is a phrase that is made up of a verb and one or two more words. So you will have a verb and you will have one or two more words. So that is a phrasal verb. Okay. Now the two other words, they could be adjectives, they could be adverbs, they could be prepositions. So the other word, there is one word which is of course a verb. The other words could be adjectives, could be an adverb, it could be prepositions also. So this, children, is the meaning of phrasal verbs. Now phrasal verbs are used as verbs in a sentence. Okay, so this in short is the meaning of a phrasal verb. So now that we know what phrasal verbs are, let us take a look at some examples of phrasal verbs. So see here, all these words that you can see together, These are all phrases, as well as they come into the category of phrasal verbs also. So come on, let's read some of them. So you have get together. When you get together means you meet someone. Get up means you get out of bed. Okay, you wake up. Get up also can mean stand. Give up means to stop trying. Go ahead means to start or to proceed. Go back means to return to a place. Go out means to leave your home. Okay, so these and all these also on the other side that you can see, all these are examples of phrasal verbs. Okay, so now we saw what phrasal verbs are. Now we have to study, I said, one more concept in deep or in detail, and that is we have to understand what the meaning of noun phrases are also. Okay, so let's move on and let us see what are types of phrases. So we already know what are phrases. We know that phrases are what? They are nothing but groups of words, okay, which usually occur together. So there are three types of phrases. Let us take a look at them now. So one is noun phrase, the other one is adjective phrase, and we have adverb phrases. Okay, so the three types of phrases are noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. Now in detail we are going to learn and solve examples and questions based on noun phrases. But we will also take a quick look at what adjective and adverb phrases are, so that the difference between all of them is highlighted when you solve the questions. Okay children, so come on, let us take a look at noun phrases first, and then we will go to adjective phrases and adverb phrases later. So noun phrase, what is a noun phrase? A noun phrase consists of a noun and other related words. So a phrase which contains a noun and certain other related words is called as a noun phrase. Now these other words are usually modifiers, they are determiners which modify the noun. Modify means which tell us more about the noun, or which specify certain information about the noun, etc. It functions like a noun in the sentence. This is important. The noun phrase functions like a noun in a sentence. Once again, what is the meaning of a noun phrase? A phrase is a group of words. Okay, and now we just saw the meaning of a phrasal verb also. Now phrasal verb has got a verb and some other words. So in the same way, a noun phrase has got a noun in it and certain other words. For example, see here, a nice red shirt. So here the word shirt is the noun, whereas nice and red are some kind of modifiers which is telling us something about the shirt. Okay, it acts like a noun, but when you say a nice red shirt, what did your mother buy for you? My mother bought a nice red shirt for me. Okay, then look at the next example, a glass full of water. So a glass full of what? Of water. So these are all examples of noun phrases, children. One more example, a man on the roof. So a man here is a noun, and on the roof are other words which are attached to it. But when we say it, we say a nice red shirt, a glass full of water, a man on the roof. So these are all examples of what? They are all examples of noun phrases. Okay, let us look at some more examples of noun phrases. So you have the three musketeers. The musketeers are nouns here. Is a noun. The word musketeers is a noun. A gold ring. Ring is a noun. Okay. A class of excellent what? Students. So the students is a noun. A beautiful little who? Girl. Okay. Then you have my pen. So, and then you have so many other examples also. For example, you have a Coca-Cola bottle, the best school in the area, a disappointed parent, any question, the lessons after maths. So these are all examples of noun phrases. Now we are going to solve a lot of questions based on noun phrases. So you'll get more, you can say, exposure, or you'll get more understanding about what noun phrases are. Let us move on and talk about the other two kinds of phrases also quickly. So you have adjective phrases too. So what is an adjective phrase, children? An adjective phrase is a group of words that describes a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. So now what is the duty of an adjective? What does adjective do in a sentence? An adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. Okay, so in the same way, the adjective phrase also describes a noun or a pronoun in the sentence. Now the important things to remember here is the adjective phrase can be placed before or after the noun or the pronoun in a sentence. Alright, so this is the meaning of adjective phrase. Let us look at some examples quickly before we move on. So see, the girl in the red shirt is my little sister. Adjective phrase. Who is my little sister? That girl who is wearing the red shirt. So see, more information about the girl. The girl is my little sister is information enough, but you're giving more information by saying which girl? The girl in the red shirt. Alright, look at the next example. Are the shoes under the chair yours? Okay, the woman on the boat is my aunt. Susan is clever. So it's giving you more information about Susan. So when you take is with clever, then it becomes an adjective phrase. She seemed extremely pleasant. The movie was not too terribly wrong. Alright, so you see, all these phrases are examples of, very good, they are all examples of adjective phrases. Now the last kind of phrase that we will talk about today is an adverb phrase. So what does an adverb do? An adverb tells you or gives you a little bit more information about the verb, or it tells you when, where, why, or how an event has occurred. So similarly, what does an adjective phrase do? An adjective phrase refers to a phrase that often plays the role of telling us when, where, why, or how an event occurred, in which the adverb functions as the head word of the phrase. Head word means the most important word. So in a way you can say the adjective phrase performs the role of an adjective. The adverb phrase performs the role of an adverb. Okay, so see once again, the adverb phrase tells us what? When, where, why, or how an event has occurred. Look at the example. We are expecting him to come when? When are you expecting him to come? Next year. Okay, look at the other one. He ran very quickly. Very quickly is the adverb phrase here. Okay, so what is it doing? It is telling you more about the verb. It is telling you more about the coming. It is telling you more about the running. We are expecting him to come next year. He ran very quickly. Let us take a look at some examples of adverb phrase as well. So baseball has become very popular in our town. Okay, so in our town is the adverb phrase, because where has baseball become popular? Where? In our town. The flowers will bloom in spring. So in spring, what will happen? The flowers will bloom. So when will the flowers bloom? In spring. So it's an adverb phrase. Helen did not go to school today on account of the bad weather. So why did she not go to school? Adverb phrase of reason. Why? On account of the bad weather. My brother spoke in a condescending manner. What is the meaning of condescending? Means a manner in which is not very respectful. Okay, like a little bit of an insulting manner. So he spoke in what manner? In a condescending manner. So this is an example of how. How did he speak? In a condescending manner. For many years, she has been waiting for this opportunity. So, since how long or to what extent has she been waiting? For many years. So, this, children, is a lot of example about adverb phrases. So, you can see in a way, adverb phrase works as an adverb and adjective phrase works as an adjective. So, this was about the meaning of what are phrasal verbs, and we also saw the meaning of noun phrases and certain examples of noun phrases. Now we will look at the questions related to this particular lesson or this particular exercise. But before that, let's see the patterns of questions which could be asked. So pattern 1 could be identify the correct phrasal verb in the sentence. Pattern 2 could be pick out the correct phrasal verb to fill in the blank. Then you can have identify the correct noun phrases in the sentence. Pick out the 2 correct noun phrases to fill in the blank in each sentence. Then you have pick out the sentence where the phrasal verb has been incorrectly used. And then finally you have identify the correct meaning of the phrasal verb given below. So you have 2 questions based on noun phrases and 4 questions based on phrasal verbs. So 4 patterns of questions based on phrasal verbs and 2 patterns of questions based on nouns or noun phrases. Alright, so come on, let's take a look at examples of each pattern of question. So we start with pattern 1. Identify the correct phrasal verb in the sentence. Now before we move on with the lesson, children, let me tell you I have certain tasks for you to do during the course of the video as well as after watching the video. Now let me tell you what you're supposed to do during the course of the video. When such a question comes up, you look at the question and before identifying the answer or before looking at the answer, pause the video, identify what the answer is, play the video again and check whether you were right. Okay? The second task which you have to do after watching the video, I will explain it to you or tell it to you towards the end of the video. Okay? So come on, let's start with question 1 here. She was intelligent and got through the exam without difficulty. So you have to identify the correct phrasal verb in the sentence. So there are 4 you can say options given to you. So 1 is she was, 2nd is without difficulty, 3rd is got through, and 4th is the exam. So which are the words which usually are used together, and plus there is a verb in it. Yes, it is got and through. So let us see why it is a phrasal verb. Because it consists of a verb and here in this case it consists of a preposition. Got through. Okay, let us look at the next question here. The door being stuck, we couldn't get out of the car. So try and read the sentence and try and understand which could be the phrasal verb. That is a phrase with a verb in it. So you have get out of, being stuck, we couldn't or couldn't get. So which one would be a phrasal verb? Yes, it is the first one, get out of, and the explanation will be the same. It contains a verb and an adverb or preposition. Okay, so hope your answers are matching with mine. Let's go to the next and last example in this particular pattern. Hold on a minute till I get my umbrella. So which would be the correct phrasal verb? Will it be till I get? Will it be hold on? Will it be on a? Or will it be my umbrella? Yes, it will be answer number 3, hold on. So again, it consists of a verb and an adverb or a preposition. Okay children, so this was pattern 1 for you. Let us move on and do pattern 2 now. Pick out the correct phrasal verb to fill in the blanks. So you have a sentence here with a blank you're supposed to pick up a phrasal verb which will fit into this blank and which will be correct also. He told me to go ahead. He would dash later. So will it be he would catch in later, catch up later, catch out later, or simply catch later? Which is the correct answer according to you? Yes, according to me it is to catch up. So hope it is the same for you too. Moving on. The next one, next example here. Can you dash tonight for dinner? Can you come over, come in, come forth, coming over? So can you? What will it be? Yes, it will be can you come over for dinner tonight, or can you come over tonight for dinner? And the last example in this pattern, children, be careful, you may dash that box. So be careful, you may fall for that box, you may falling in that box, you may falling over that box, or you may fall over that box. So the answer will be answer number 4. Be careful, you may fall over that box. Fall over that box means you may trip on that box and you may fall. Alright, so this was pattern 2 for you children. Let's move on and do pattern 3 now. Identify the correct noun phrases in the sentence. I told you there are 2 types of sentences where we'll find noun phrases. So come on, this is the first one. Identify the correct noun phrases in the sentence. So, I would love to do this job. So, which could be the noun phrase? Would it be I would love to do, or to do this job? So, what do you think? Which would be the right answer? Yes, it is answer number 4. To do this job. And what is the noun there? Job is the noun there. Alright, coming to example 2 in pattern 3. I wish to speak to the teacher. So, to speak to the teacher, I wish to speak, or simply I. So, which is the noun here? Sorry, which is the noun phrase here? To speak to the teacher, where teacher is the noun. Okay. Example 3 in this pattern. Please promise to do the job. So, please to do the job, please promise, or to do. So, which is the correct answer? Hope you have guessed it by now. Yes, it is answer number 2. To do the job. Alright. So, this was the next pattern. Moving on to pattern 4. Again a question based on noun phrases. Pick out the 2 correct noun phrases to fill in the blank in each sentence. So let us look at the sentence first. Dash was wrong. So you have to find out 2 correct noun phrases which will fit into this blank dash. So let us see. Writing such a letter was wrong. Having written such a letter was wrong. To write such a letter was wrong. Or to write such a letter was wrong. So now we have to pick up 2 answers, children. So answer number 1 or option number 1, writing such a letter was wrong is correct. And answer number 4, to write such a letter was wrong is also the correct option. So we have 2 right options over here. In this case, when you have to mark 2 answers, remember to do it very properly in your answer sheets. Alright? Or the OMR sheets that you get, be very careful to do it very properly and just don't miss out, because sometimes we just draw one answer or we just mark one circle and we just forget about the other. But remember, in such questions, you have to color 2 circles. Example 2 here in this pattern 4. Pick out the 2 correct noun phrases to fill in the blank in each sentence. Again, let me concentrate on the words 2 correct. So you have, I have forgotten dash. How to knitting. how to knit, how to write letters, how I can knit. So I have forgotten. Answer number 2, how to knit. And answer number 3, I have forgotten how to write letters. Okay, so these two options, 2 and 3, are correct. Let's go to the next one. Pick out the 2 correct noun phrases to fill in the blank in each sentence. The girl wanted dash. How to play cricket, to play cricket, speak to her mother, to speak to her mother. So let's see which the correct answers are. The girl wanted. Answer number 2, to play cricket. Answer number 4, the girl wanted to speak to her mother. Okay, so this was the next pattern. Let us move on to pattern 5 now. Pick out the sentence where the phrasal verb has been incorrectly used, not correctly used, wrongly used. Okay, so let us see which one is wrong now here. So you have these 4 options. We went to Nashik every year when we were growing up. I grew up in a tiny village. Oh, grow yourself up. You're being so childish. What do you wish to be when you grow up? So these are the 4 options. So you can see which is the phrasal verb here. The phrasal verb is grow up basically. Okay. So you have other, you can say tenses of it. So you have growing up, you have grew up, etc. But one of them has been used wrongly. So which one is it? The third one. When you say, oh, grow yourself up, that is wrong. You say, oh, grow up. You need not say yourself up. Okay. So the third one is wrong. Let us take the second example in pattern 5 now. Let's get off the bus and walk the rest of the distance. 4 people got off the train at the railway station. Get off that chair at once. He got the train off when he saw his friend. So basically, which is a phrasal verb? It is get off. So which one has been used wrongly? The 4th one, where we say he got the train off. So usually you are trying to point out that the phrasal verbs occur together. There will be no other words which will get in, okay, in between a phrasal verb. So you have to say he got off the train, not he got the train off. Alright, when he saw his friend. Coming to the last example in this pattern, the war broke out between 2 countries in 2010. Trouble broke out between 2 groups. The fire broke out in the garage. And the party broke out at 7 p.m. Now you will see the tenses are also all the same. Broke out, broke out, broke out. But somewhere it is not being used correctly. It is used in a wrong way. And which is that? It is answer 4. You never say the party broke out. You say the party got over, okay, at 7 p.m. So this was pattern 5 for you children. Let's see the last pattern here that we have, pattern 6, where you have to identify the correct meaning of the phrasal verbs. So a phrasal verb is given to you, for example, to put up with. So when you put up with someone, what do you exactly do? Do you hang up on someone? Do you tolerate someone? Are you annoyed with someone? Or do you store someone? To put up with means what? To put up with someone means to tolerate someone, to just somehow bear with a person, to put up. Okay? And then you have one more example here for you. Look forward to. So what could be the meaning of the phrasal verb look forward to? So will it mean look at something, or look in front of you, or to feel excited about something, or to think about something? So to look forward to will mean when you feel excited about something. When you are looking forward to something means you're excited about something. For example, you can say, I was looking forward to going on that picnic. means I desperately wanted to go on that picnic. I was very excited about going on that picnic. Okay, so look forward to means to feel excited about something. Coming to the last example that we have here in this particular video, to turn something down. When you turn something down, what do? Do you reject something? Do you remove something? Do you destroy it, or do you take a turn? What do you do when you turn something down? You reject something, or you refuse to do something. For example, I turned down their offer of going for a party. So I rejected the offer. I did not want to go for a party with them. Alright children, so this was the video about lesson 5 from part 1 vocabulary, that is phrases, in which we talked about phrasal verbs and noun phrases. We also talked about adjective phrases and adverb phrases also. Okay, so hope you understood the video and hope you understood the meaning of the concepts that we discussed today. Now let me tell you what your tasks after watching the video are. So children, now you have watched the video. So after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned or the video that you just watched. So what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson and you will try and answer these questions and note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.